What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dominate Every Aspect. In this week's episode, I wanted to talk about the constant battle between size and conditioning. Now, as many of you have been following along, know that when I competed at the Pro International, I was arguably, potentially the leanest guy on stage. I think that's what got me the placing that I did, along with, the decent amount of muscularity that I have and the symmetry that I also have. But one thing that I got a little bit of feedback on, just from some friends in the audience, some other people, and just in general that I take their advice, in hand, is that I definitely need to, come in a little bit fuller and not just become too shredded. Now, I think a lot of guys towards the end of the year are in the constant mode of trying to lose. And I've obviously lost a lot of weight up until this point, but right now I'm honestly not trying to lose too much more weight. Now, yes, my weight is slightly up from my diet break. I'm sitting at about 168 pounds. This next week I expect my weight obviously to dip down into the 167s, considering I was at 168.0 for a lot of the week. Coming off the weekend or rest day, my weight's slightly up, but it'll come back down probably by Tuesday for sure, if not for sure on Wednesday. What I'm getting at here with size versus conditioning, especially in pro bodybuilding, is that you need to be large. Now, I did see a few shows over this past weekend in different organizations, mind you. One in particular, the WNBF, and another in particular, the NGA. Two different stories. One guy was very conditioned that won the WNBF. Another guy was just pretty large with decent conditioning, at least in his upper body, or front side conditioning, I should say, in the NGA. So you never really know what they're going to go for. You just have to bring whatever package that you're most comfortable with. Now, you do have to take into account the competitors that you're going to be facing. And I know for a few guys that I'm going to be facing at the Yorton Cup are going to be absolutely peeled. I might be slightly larger than a few of them, but not as big as a couple other ones. So I'm not going to bring the overall mass, that some of these guys are, but I have to be able to contend with their overall size. And I would agree with my friends what they were telling me before, that I do have to work on a little bit more size. Of course, that is going to come with time, but I'm changing a few things, particularly with my diet. I am going to eat more the day before, for sure. I'm going to change a few things with my posing. But I really only plan on losing weight, or just getting my weight back down to where it was, in the 166s, potentially, middle 166s for the next 2 weeks. And after that, I'm going to be done dieting, and it's going to feel great. I'm going to be able to reverse myself into the Yorton Cup for at least a week, if not 2 full weeks, which would be nice to do. And then leading into Worlds, of course, it's going to be same protocol, reverse myself into the show, and hopefully just come in a little bit bigger for those competitions. So I don't think I'm going to get any leaner than I actually am this year, at least, and I feel like I could if I really wanted to. I saw my low weight of 165.8 the Friday before contest. Could I dip down to the 163s, high 162s if I really felt like it? I could, but I would waste away. And I'm not necessarily a giant when it comes to bodybuilding. I'm 5'9.5", 5'10", roughly. But when you're 162, 5'10", that doesn't sound like good numbers, in my opinion at least. So I'm going to try to come in a little bit larger. Try not to sacrifice too much conditioning. Like I said, my weight might be like a pound up from where it was last time around, and hopefully that's just more glycogen storage. Maybe if I gain a little bit of muscle, maybe a little bit of fat, I'm fine with that if I gain a little bit of fat, just because, I came in so conditioned last time. I just need to recomp a little bit of my muscle, and hopefully it'll make me look better. So that's a new strategy going into these next few competitions. Hopefully it works out for me. And this is a roll of the dice here. I could have gone, I could have pushed it further, but I'm making the decision to come in a little bit larger, and hopefully it works out. So only time will tell, but as always, guys, keep dominating every aspect, and I'll see you next week.
Extra!